Chapter 8, A Tree of Files. Alright, overview. As you see in the MS half of the word by the diff grade with the directory with the describe the E for the file with the diff with the directory hold with the fixed name with the entry with the 112 with the 360 gigabyte with the 720 gigabyte disk 224 1.2 and 144 megabyte with the floppy disk 240 200.8 megabyte floppy disk 512 with the more with the hard disk number various of the diff to make with the computer file something more flexible with the MS app with create additional directories called subdirectories on the diff with the subdirectories divide with the disk in different storage area in which you deal with a different diff, the distinguished main directory, the MS DOS create with the subdirectories, you create with the main directory, you know, with the root directory, the root must be the multi-level directory structure create, grow from it, with the add level to the file structure, the block diagram show with the spreading from the root directory branching with the other directory, free branching with the root with the type of the file structure, often the tree structure file system. Defining subdirectory. The MS subdirectory simple file will contain with the directory entry for these entry with the identical with the entry for the main directory with the limited with the name of the entry for the beginning with the put and the subdirectory the name of the subdirectory they went. You can give the name and the other type of the become with the subdirectory to define with the other unfile you cannot use the file number of the file name command with the copy with the rate for the subdirectory chapter file show with the sub command with the name of the do with the file and create with the subdirectory with the main directory with the command MD the chain with the display with the main with the directory change directory CD command and move files from one directory to another and rename the directory move with the command 6.0 or later versions delete subdirectory remove the directory RD with the command delete with the directory structure for the delete tree DLE tree command the display of a list of file with the directory with the diff, the directory dir and tree command with the tell with the MS have a look with the command file with the with the current directory with the U with the path command. Tell MS does with a look with the data file with the with the current with the directory by U with the appended command with the 3.3 or later. U with the feature for the MS security with the man with the computer filing system with the detail of the way that you work. Preparing, for example, the character requires only a formatted flop of the disk. Put the formatted flop of the disk and drive the file with either example or stop store on the flop of the disk. Leave them the type of the following. So be sure for the A drive of the command, A drive of the C drive of the delete, A drive of the asterisk spot asterisk or what do they call that? Wildcard. MSX asks you to confirm you want to erase the file with all files directly will delete without your yes or further. Before you respond with the check with the command with the enter with the control with the tab with the left with the A drive with the disk, didn't prep with the control break with the can with the delete command, retype with the command correctly, type with the derive letter, respond with the Y, be careful with the mistake with the delete command with the call with the else with the valuable files, mouse off with the you enter with the key with the type with the Y, but before the MS task will carry out with the command. After you delete the files, chain with the current drive with the A type of this C drive with the A drive, this is complete with the preparation. Creating multi-level files instruct the compose you the work of the small company provide with the service with the two department of the market with the engineering. You keep all of the paper to file with the drawer with the message item with the front with the drawer with the divider with the MK with the ENG. Separate with the parts with the way you the drawer with the paper the relay with each of the department now that you have going on you have the computer you set up with the computer file system match with the paper for creating two subdirectories the marketing and engineering. You store with the miscellaneous computer file with the main and root directory disk. You can store with the file with the relay each of the department with the subdirectory figure 8.1 deck for the page show with the file and cabinet block diagram corresponding MS style file structure. Show the root and the marketing and engineering two file style system. Create a subdirectory. Make the directory MD or MK directory. Commands creates a subdirectory. Only parameter is that makes this includes the name of the subdirectory and you want to create. The command is described later in more detail from now on with the following create two subdirectories. Market and engineering. So you made A drive the MD for the make directory or MKT for the marketing and A drive MD for the marketing directory and then you put ENG for engineering. You can see the subdirectories created with the display entry with the root with the directory at the type of the A drive directory and show with the two file with the marketing and engineering subdirectories. Note that the directories identify the file subdirectory with the display with the directory and bracketed after with the name with the backslash with the third line with the display with the character the MS dash with the refer with the root directory with the diff that you see with the backslash prompt with the system prompt throughout this book. You'll see more of it used in a later example. It'll become the marketing subdirectory with the key display with the content with the direct command with the also can display with the content with the root directory type A drive directory marketing and MS dash will display with the content of the marketing subdirectory. Even though you've created marketing scheme that contain the subdirectories dot and double dotted, they really aren't subdirectories. The abbreviation you would refer to the other directory with the dot and double dot subdirectories not included with the root directory. You see how these abbreviations you laid a bit later. Or the path of the directory, third line with the preceding directory, the display with the LV looking with the directory, the A drive marketing with the backslash, refer to the root directory, the marketing of the name of the subdirectory, with the content of the display with together with the path of the name of the directory, or just path with the become of the describe of the MS test file with the find with the directory, the path of the name of the two subdirectories, created their backslash MK and engineering NG for ENG for engineering MS subdirectory for the root directory with the M. They can also include the path name of the file name to tell the MS to find the file. Path name goes just before the name of the drive with the letter of the one includes is separated with the file name backslash. For example, the subgrade subdirectory marketing contain a file with the name of the budget January. The full path of the file name would be marketing subbudget January. The current directory. Just the MS DOS keep the track with the current drive with the keep the track with the current directory with the MS DOS with the hard disk with the current directory with the start off with the either the root directory C DOS the M DOS C DOS with the M DOS staff with the floppy disk with the current directory start off with the normally root with the directory with the floppy disk drive A. Just the chain with the current drive with the chain with the current directory so they do not have the path name each time they're working with the directory other than the correct one. Change the directory CD and CH directory is the change the directory commands display with the name of the current directory, the engine with the command with the no parameter display with the name of the current directory. See with the current directory is the type of is A drive A drive's greater sign CD. The current directory of the root drive that is responsibly short A drive that tells you your command you enter for the root with the directory floppy disk with the drive 8 unless with the specific with a different path of the name chain with the current directory of the subdirectory of the marketing by type of the A drive of the C change directory of marketing. If your system prompts you normally show with the current drive of the MS acknowledges the A drive marketing. Assuming the create for the change of the directory command, the change on the system prompt sheet does not display with the current directory of the MSX knowledge with the command with the merely with the display with the system prompt. But if you display with the current directory again and type by type of thing, this A drive the change of the directory MS DOS represents the response this way A drive marketing. When you work with subdirectories, you will show with the current drive of the part of the system prompt. The system prompt does not include the current directory change with the type of the $PG, $G. Chapter 14, changing your own commands tells you how to command the normal part of your system startup routine. Change the current directory over the backslash marketing. Any command you enter supply with the subdirectory marketing and the root directory type of the directory command at the A drive marketing directory. MS does supply the entry subdirectory, the marketing, and show the volume directory, serial number directory, A drive marketing, and there's directory. Display the same of the one saw with the earlier with the directory marketing, but this time you don't have the same subdirectory because you have the same of the current directory to the marketing directory. Using subdirectories, the following floppy disk now with the directory structure with the figure 8.1. You can each with the directory with the separate of the current directory, the marketing directory, create a file with the name, the same with the tag for the root directory, for the type of the following names. A drive marketing copy with the counts of the backslash, sample the text, and this sample the file with the control shift. Notice that you include the backslash for the tail with the MS DOS to pull with the root directory and backslash to split with the contents root directory, what is not with the current directory, the type of the following, and MS DOS split with the entry for the root directory, the drive A, and then show the marketing in English, and MK and NG subdirectories, but the sample the text drive. Root directory contains two subdirectories, the file that can be created. Copy from one directory to another. Because you have the tree directory, you can treat directory with a separate div that can copy the file from one directory to another. Copy the same with the tab of the root directory with the drive. These is a file with a renamed account on the current directory marketing and the type of this for the SMN A drive marketing copying backslash sample text account. One file copied. You include the the backslash main with the root directory with the sample tag with the MS dot with the file with the you have the include with the account with the because you putting with the current directory. Now display with the current directory by type of the following. A marketing directory and show the directory with the accounts marketing directory with accounts. The file is there with you copy the one over the directory and the other easily you can copy them with one disk to them. Another just as MS dot with the confuse two files with the same of the different disk with the does not confuse with the two files with the same of the different directories. MS DOS can tell with the later apart with the pick up with their path with the different. You can demonstrate by the copying the file the name of the account from the backslash marketing subdirectory with the backslash engineering file subdirectory given the same file with the type of the following marketing copy account with the engineering. And you didn't include the file name after the path name of the targeted directory because you were the one with a copy of the same as the original. Assign yourself with the file with a copy correctly. Display the directory of the ENG, the marketing directory ENG. and then show the 3 files in the counting. You now have 2 files to count within the same disk, but they're different subdirectories with different path names, make them different MS-DOS as if you have them different file names. Time out for a quick review. Before completing the multi-level file structure, review the following definitions summary of the terms of the components introduced with the preceding example, the direct entry for the description file with the name of the extent of the time of the file with the date of the time created with the last update of the directory list for the directory entries for the sense of the place which is the directory MIN. Root directory with the list of the directory with the entry of the MS-DOS that maintains each of the disks that cover the root directory. A simple root become the entry of the directory structure of the disk growth from it. Cover the root has no the name of the MS-DOS represented with a backslash. Ends of the directory. File containing the directory entry for the line with the like with the term of the directory. Also sometimes you with the sense of the play with the list of the directory is in file. In it, path name of the list of the directory for the name of the file with the path subdirectory for the directory name of the separator with the backslash for the root directory with the represented with the backslash at the beginning with the point of the file name and included in the end of the path with the separator from the last directory with the and named by backslash. Current directory with the directory, the MS-DOS, assume that you want to use the unless it's specified with another command in the current directory with simply similar concept effective in the current drive. Adding more levels to file structure. The subdirectory created and contained within any type of the file, including the subdirectory list, like putting divider between the divider of the files, rather than further structure in the area of the subject of this area. Suppose you file with the kinds of the marketing and engineering departments, and show the word processing, budgets, and customer list project scheduling, sales, and forecast. You decide to set up the structure of the match your work. The following list show the subdirectories created the match your computer file with the marketing and engineering department subdirectories created. You would want to have the create the file structure 8.2 work LP work WB budget customer schedule scales. Making a subdirectory MD as you saw earlier in the trailer. Making directory MD or MK directory commands creates the subdirectory make directory command 3 parameters MD drive path and directory. Drive letter focus of the column with the one drive with the such for the A contains the disk on the subdirectory to be created with the emit with the drive with the MS created with the subdirectory and the disk of the current drive. The path is the path of the name of the directory subdirectory to be created. If you omit the path of the subdirectory directory with the created with the current directory with the directory with the name of the new directory with the current directory with the backslash marketing. For example, the chapter wants you with the subdirectory with backslash mark with the name of the WP budget for the customer and sale of the following make of the directory with the community with the created. Marketing, MD, WP, budget, customer, and sales, all different on the IA drive marketing subdirectory. Display directory of the marketing MK directory, and then shows you the different subdirectories you created. Directory show the file over the copied a few minutes ago with the type of the 4 subdirectories you created. The file structure for the subdirectories over the name of the WP budget and engineering as well with the member MSD the distinguishes marketing. WP, engineering, WP, and marketing budget, the engineering budget, they cover their path. They're different than created with the subdirectory. Engineering, WP type, marketing, MD, and backslash engineering dash WP, and you have the subdirectory for the engineering WP. Include the path engineering, become the current path, the directory, the marketing, make directory for the command that does not change the current directory. So with that marketing, you can verify that the subdirectory engineering work for WP create with the display with the contents engineering, include the path of the here to with the type of thing marketing directory engineering. Then you see show the engineering with the account and the WP. Now we're changing the starting move around with the subdirectory of the subdirectory. So before the changing the last 2 subdirectory, the engineering there has closer look with the navigator change directory command. Change of the current directory with the CD command. Also, you have the change of the directory CHD directory with the command with the chain of the display with the current directory with the chain of the directory command that has 2 parameters CD, the drive, and the path. This layer with the file with the colon with the drive starts with the A, the container with the disk of the current directory with the B chain with the emit with the drive with the MSA, chain with the directory with the disk with the current drive, the path with the name of the directory to become the current directory, if omitted with the MF, the MS stuff with the display with the current directory of the drive. If you omit both of the drive and the path, the enter of the command with the no parameters, MS display with the name of the current directory with the disk of the current drive with the cape of the track with where you are. As no earlier with the chapter we showed you chain with the system prompt with the display with the not on with the current drive with the information stuff with the current directory up to this point with the system prompt shown with the current drive of the directory with abbreviated form as A drive MKT. Remain with the chapter chain with the directories apparently often change the prompt of the only ones I have identified with the chapter and current chain directory. You line with the following include the space at the end of the line just before press for the entry key. A drive marketing prompt current directory of the SPS command enter with now current prompts for the current directory MK marketing and command. Or you can restore the system prompt with a more familiar with the type of the prompt, the command with the no parameters, for the type of the prompt, with the SPSG, with the believe it this way, with the restore of the chapter of the prompt, it takes with a bit more space, but it helps you with the keep the track with which you are spacing, useful feature, especially if you still adjusting the idea of moving one directory to another. Using subdirectory markup, remember these markup letters and dot and double dot and double period. The list of the subdirectory, the design to let you more quickly up and down with the directly structure, the particular with the capital L's made with half the names long. Double dot marks represent directory contains current directory, sometimes called the parent with the current directory, with the current directory with the marketing, to move with the current with the directory at one level, up at the total of the root directory type of this. Current directory A markup with the change directory dot dot the current directory A to the command. The system prompt still shows you for the current directory, but you can see with the current directory has changed the root directory, which was one level above the marketing. Complete the file structure with the subdirectory for the engineering. First change the current directory engineering with the create of the engineering budget engineering schedule by type of the following engineering A drive. Change CD or change directory engineering, and then the A drive engineering and command make directory budget and make directory schedule. This completes the check for the multi-level file system. On the 9 subdirectories plus the root directory in which you can use the where with the separate diff that show how even the new few examples, but some of the examples show the subdirectories show the final file system. Will include the path names of all the directories above the box name of the file will use inside of the shaded boxes, and then to create a sample of the engineering word processing file with the current directory, engineering word processing, copy the file name, accounted with the form engineering /engineering name, LET1 document type of the following current directory engineering A drive engineering C exchange directory WP current directory engineering WP copy the engineering account letter 1 document file 1 is copied. Note you have the engineering command even though the engineering WP is subdirectory of the engineering command. Now with the copy L1 doc twice to create L1 L2 L3 doc display with the directory type L1 copy L12 doc L12 doc first one copied. Show the copy to them the A drive engineering work page, and then show the directory is to check your engineering work page. Alright, from the subdirectory, you can do level 3 tab of the marketing work page, word processing one with the command with the file with the current drive, the A drive engineering work process with the copy with the wildcard dot asterisk markage work page, and then ms dot score for the copies of them all, letter 1, letter 2, and level 3. These files could be word processed that contain length of the now 3 or more file with the marketing word processor with the representative of the word processing file with the representative of the first and chain with the directory, the marketing word processing directory, the subdirectories. Copy these 3 files with the name of the LET, with the chain with the name of them begin with the RPT type of this directory, A drive of the engineering word processing exchange directory, MKT WP directory, MKWP copy LED wildcard doc or an RP wildcard doc. MSD again lists the source of the files. Must copy the L1, 2, and 3 doc. 3 files copied. To complete the file subdirectory, copy the same 3 files again. The type of the chain with the extension of the STY. This could identify with the word processing file with the contained style sheet of the formatting, printing documents, type of the filing, current directory A, marketing place WP, subdirectory. Command copy let 1 wildcard doc let 2 LSCY or style sheet. Now direct display the directory to verify all 9 files that are there by typing the command A drive marketing word subdirectory word processing command derive shows all the files, all 11 files to be there. To complete the file system, you need 3 marketing budget with the name of the BGT XLS or XLS2 and 3. You need 3 files with the engineering budget name, the MGT1 new, 2 and 3 new. First, you have the copy command group, the file of the marketing budget by type of the current directory, A drive, marketing, workplace, subdirectory, marketing, copy LET, wildcard doc, MKT budget, BGT, wildcard, XLS, MS-DOS, and list 3 sort of the makes of the copy of the display with the prompt with the finish with the create with the engineering budget, subdirectory, the current directory, the meaning of the type of the following path with the file name of the keystroke, chain of the marketing, subdirectory, budget, directory, typing, current A drive, marketing, word processing, command, change directory, double dot, budget. This marker tells the move MS-DOS to move the parent marketing to the current directory, and from the move of the budget directory, the prompt chain with the following current directory, A colon market slash budget. Command underscore, and now you can finish. I'm creating the sample of the file with the current drive of A marketing budget by copying wildcard asterisk XLS engineering budget asterisk dot new. MS-3 short for the letters BGD1, XLS, XL2, XL3. Your file system now with the directly shown figure A3. Alright, moving files one direction to another. Linking with a copy with the command move with the command with the variable in 6.0 with or later make the copy with the one or file with a different direction for the disk. Unlike the copy that does not leave the original place, you can either move the chain with the directory. Move the command required with the two parameters. Move the parameter Y source and target the Y. Tell them not to prompt you before creating a directory. Just specify the limits are removed. Source of the name of the file with the target, the name of the file to be moved, the location path for the drive, the later part with the name of the source of the target, the U of the wildcard character of the set of the set of files. If you do not have change of the file names, you want to give the file a different new location, you can move the only one file at a time. If you're using 6.02 or later, target with the name of the existing MS stop with the prompt confirming you want to replay with the existing file source unless you want to include the parameter Y, which turns on with the prompt. If you with the source of the directory with the name of the directory, the specifying with the directory with the name of the target, you cannot however make the directory with the direct location of the directory sources. Our example of moving the file with the three examples show how the move command with lets you the dot and double the dot markers listed and the subdirectories move the MGT1XLS from market budget to market slash sales by typing. A drive market budget command move BGT1XLS to budget backslash marketing sales. MS-DOS respond with displaying the source of the target file name, market budget, BGMS, XLS, A equals greater than, and then it gives their file name into the directory of the sales. Use the directory command, the BGT XSL1, then move to the new directory. You can use the wildcard characters to move more than one similar name file extension. Note the example instead of the type of the full path name of the target with the U with the double dot with the representation directory contained with the current directory tab of the move following move command both the MGT2, BGT2, XLS1 and X3 after the market sale, and then the move can is only the BG2, XLS1, 2, and 3 because they already moved the BGT, XLS1 first move command. Now suppose the MS-DOS version 6.2 or later, move BGT1, XLS, and XLS type of the following move, and then double dot sale with the BGT LX, double dot sales BGT LS. MS-DOS respond with the prompting you that form that you want to replace the overwrite BGT XLS and with BG2 XLS. Overwrite A marketing BGT XLS, yes or no at all. Yes means and no means no. Yes means yes, no means no, but all means what does all mean? If you had all the wildcard characters move the shear of the file with the on command, you wanted to overwrite the existing style file every instant that you could type A for all. If you type Y with the MS-DOS prompt, each instant that you would file would be overwritten. Type N, MS-DOS, cancel the move of the command, cancel the move command and display the system prompt. The last move of the command moves all three files back with the current directory to the type of the you will use the single dot represent the current directory instead of the type of the complete path with the correct name. Our example of renaming directory, suppose you just have the better name of the directory of A drive of the engineering work, but you just as A engineering edit to change the directory A engineering market budget command move move A drive engineering WP to A drive engineering edit. MS-DOS responds displaying the old and new names of the directory, and it says OK. Now that you use the direct command with the view of the contents engineering directory, you will see the following page of the name has been changed. Directory A marketing budget is the directory A engineering, and it shows the directory tree. Alright, managing your subdirectories. One of the subdirectories become the parts of a page part of the work with the MS-DOS quickly become the essential organizer program with the data for file with the, especially with the hard disk file with the subdirectories of the file with create with the hard disk with the keep the track what they want to contain. Give the descriptive subdirectories file with the one with the maintain with the other another way with the group order or your file with especially the data file with logically with the time of the however you sell find yourself with wondering what the old subdirectory contains. Whether you still need it, even if you're tremendously organized, you can also sometimes forget what you've saved that file. Where you save that file, usually dispersely early to find it up. As you would expect, MS-DOS involved includes several commands to help you manage the subdirectories and file the containment. They already have the scene with the directory and chain of the directory commands. Always show that you move around the directory structure for the remainder of the chapter. Discover the commands to help you. Eliminate the unneeded subdirectory. Remove the directory command to delete the entire directory structure file within all the delete tree command. Use command file with the subdirectory path command. Insert a particular file with the name as parameter of the directory command and attribute a parameter of the directory command. View the directory structure for the disk command tree and check the disk command. Help ms-dos find the disk directory different subdirectories a appended command. Our removing subdirectory or RD command, as with a multi-level of the filing system, you may find that no longer need the particular subdirectory. You may combine with the filing several subdirectories into one, deleting unneeded subdirectory of the file structure. The remove of the directory RD or RMDRI. dir command remove the subdirectory. Subdirectory can be removed with the command and contains any subdirectory cannot be removed with the command if it contains any files or any other subdirectories. A move directory command has two parameters, RD, the drive, and the path. The drive is the level of the file with the colon with the drive of the container of the disk of the subdirectory removed. Remove the drive of the subdirectory the name of the disk of the current drive of the path, the name of the subdirectory. Remove the file of the path with the make of the MS-DOS. Will not remove the current directory. Suppose you decide to need the subdirectory engineering edit. You didn't need the engineering edit subdirectory. Tell MS-DOS remove it by current directory A drive marketing budget. Remove directory engineering edit. MS-DOS responds invalid path not directory or directly not empty because of the engineering edit but it isn't empty. You previously put three files, letter 1, letter 2, and letter 3 doc in it. Example, points out with the difference between the handle with the file with the subdirectories. You saw with the have to delete with the command with the delete the file from the disk. Remove the directory. However, you remove the directory command. Version 6 of the DOS offers delete tree command, deleting directories, anything contained in them. See the next section with more information. The next example, you will see the delete 3 change file with the delete command with the remove the directory with the remove the directory command. First chain with the current directory with the and subdirectory engineering. These delete with the file with the deleted command with the typing A drive marketing subdirectory work page. Change directory engineering. Current change A drive engineering. Delete edit command. Wildcard doc. You change with the current directory of the subdirectory engineering rather than engineering edit because of the MS-DOS would remove the current directory of the engineering edit with is empty with the type of the remove the directory. Verify the chain with the display with the directory A drive the engineering remove directory edit command and then A drive the engineering directory and then show the directory over the A engineering the subdirectory. Engineering edit is gone. If you want to remove the directory but need some of the file with the containment of the company's file, you need another subdirectory, then erase all of the files, remove the needed directory. Next two topics cover each of the version 5 and later MS-DOS. If you do not have version 5 or later, skip the reading the path to command with the path command. Deleting subdirectory and its contents, delete tree. We're going to cut the tape there.